person. We're live now, and I have extra things to deal with in this dream, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna talk and hang out, sip coffee, and we're going to eat. It's gonna be very good. But I hope you're having a good day. I thank you very much for joining me. You all are amazing. I love you all. You're so great in every which way, and I love the fact that my community is full of people that are full of love, kindness, and sharing. So I just want you to know that I really enjoy having you guys here. Your comments and chats and interactions on X are all very welcome, and I love every single one of you. You're amazing. So just stay saucy. I love that. And in the meantime, I have a giant cup of coffee for a giant man. That's good coffee. It's a little colder than I would want it to start because my milk was mostly frozen, so it's really, really, really cold. But it's fine. I'll still drink it and enjoy every sip. And you can join me too. Let's brew your own and get started. You'll notice I have an extra plushie in the background. He's a round ball, a red panda, and I love it too. He was a Christmas gift from several years back. I think he's really cute. I love that plushie. His name is Fluffy. Because he's fluffy and he's pleasantly plump. I will be taking my Geodon in this dream. Unfortunately, it's my last pill. My insurance doesn't have the SMI program at the moment because of funding due to the government shutdown. So I'm praying that they get the funding soon, because this is my last dose and I don't have $103 to buy the next bottle. Which is unfortunate. I'll try my best, but this is going to suck. I'll take my last dose, and we're going to pray for the best. Later today, I'll call my insurance company to see if they have the funding for SMI and see if I can get my medication. And if they can, I'll go to the pharmacy later today and refill it. Otherwise, I'm stuck. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna need it. And if you're religious, you can pray for me. I would appreciate that as well. Any positive vibes, I'm good for. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's enjoy ourselves, the time we have together. I'm not asking for money or handouts. I'm just talking about the issue that I have at the moment, the most pressing thing. And it's unfortunately my medication. I apologize if you can hear my roommate. He's really loud. And unfortunately, he likes brain rot stuff. The next episodes of Void Saga, my screen went dark. In the next episodes of Void Saga, we have two planned back to back. One's being released today, and one's being released next week on Monday. So what we have is a new character that pops into the village out of time as a time travel experiment gone wrong. Using his home universe in a steampunk era, uses that type of universe. And he was tinkering with time. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to travel into the future like he was intending. Instead, he went to the void and got teleported into the village out of time. So, basically, he thinks he's in the far distant future Earth, like the post-apocalypse, the dead Earth. But that's the trick, he's not, he's in the void, he's not, his universe is long gone, based on how the time works, and the void. So everyone he knows is dead. So he looks for a job and tries to get stuff at the Village of Time in the market, at Rafie's Diner, and he ends up meeting with Rocky, who introduces him to Paradox, who helps him with tinkering. And they create something great for Village Out of Time, and they trade with Void's Edge for the technology, but there's an unforeseen consequence, and that's teased at the end of the video. At the end of the video of the new character, Chronobun. So you have, in the next episode, after the Chronobun reveal, issues with the with the spatial expander that he creates, right? So you have stuff like places that are bigger on the inside, with multiple infinities in the side of buildings, and areas that shouldn't exist. But there's anomalies within the technology, causing echoes and shadows and pulling whisper coils from the walls of the void. And it drags everybody into a state of peril and horror. And they have to try to scramble to find what's real and what's not, and battle between figuring out what they're going to do and how to fix it. And Rafie's going to be involved in this story as well. And it's going to be really, really screwed up. Because they're dealing with like little paradoxes and parasites, like time travel and void parasites. Not the stuff that digs into you like void ticks or something like that. But you're talking about like shadow mimics and echoes of reality bleeding and drawing from the pure terror of psychological horrors inside the characters' backstories. And they're being brought to the forefront and screwing with the characters and really bringing out the existential dread. I haven't written that script yet, but I know exactly what I'm going to put in it. It's going to be fun. There are new wallpapers on the blog. I don't have it linked yet in the description, but it will be after a while. I gotta wait for the transcripts to form, which will be about 24 hours, so after tomorrow. but it's Noodly Panda ASMR.blogspot.com, and you click on the wallpapers page on the right hand side. It's a little link. You can read the Void Saga Bible, you can go view wallpapers and all that good stuff. There's new wallpapers, check them out. I think you'll like them. All the wallpapers and everything are like that. Search engine optimization, timestamps, tags, title, thumbnails, and wallpapers are all generated by Grok AI, or XAI, who's Grok. I don't hide the fact that I use AI. I embrace it as a collaborative, creative tool. I'm not a person that shuns AI because it's quote-unquote killing jobs. In my opinion, the money's not there because I'm not buying real art from real people. So I'm going to use AI. But that's the beauty of it, is that I've dealt with artists and they don't draw exactly what I want, even though I'm giving a very vivid, detailed description of the character and design and scene. So they always go with their own liberties, and it never ends up being the character that I wanted. So I have to do chargebacks and stuff, and then tell them, screw off, I'm not keeping this. They're like, why not? Like, well, for starters, it's because that's not my character. You didn't design my character. You designed what you wanted my character to be, and that's not it. Last night I was in the voice chat with the furries that are libertarian that I was talking about in the previous stream. And I was like, hey, I'm in voice chat, and I'm like, hey, I got like Grok, I got X Premium, I got like Super Grok and stuff like that if you want to have your character designed in AI. So you can just describe the character in as vivid detail as you can, and I'll write it out. Or you can show me a reference sheet or a picture that was already pre-drawn that you agree is your character, or a sketch you've done of the character, and I'll go based off of that. One person's persona was like really close to it, but the hair wasn't right. It was one of those weird styles I couldn't name. So, like that unique hairstyle, I couldn't nail in AI. Because I didn't know exactly how to describe it. So everything was good except for the hair. And then another person wanted their persona made. So I asked him what the details were about his character, and he's like, oh, he's got like black cargo pants, and he's got these tiger-like stripes that are purple, and the fur is black. His hair is like dark, it's like a gray, and it's kind of swashed to the side. I'm like, okay, I can get most of that. I don't know what you mean by swashed to the side. So he shows me a picture of his persona. I'm like, oh, okay. So I type in the prompt that it's a hair that's slicked to the right side and in an emo fashion, and generated that image, gave him both, and he's like, wow, that last one, man, that's been spot on. I'm like, yes! Made a persona for somebody, hell yeah. And I generated them as wallpapers too. So he has that going for him. I know how furries like wallpapers. But speaking of furries, there's some things I like and dislike about furry fandom. Like 20 years ago, furries were more rational and a lot more, let's say, less extreme, I should say, compared to today. They're ideologically extreme. So you'll have, like 20 years ago, furries were not talking in suit. They had to use other forms or ways to communicate. Because it was taboo to talk in suit. And now they don't care. Which is fine. I really don't care either. And they were a lot more tolerable to be around. These days, and there's other gripes too, and I'll get to those. These days, furries are extremely left-wing. If you don't agree with them, you're a Nazi, and you're going to be punched and stuff like that. It's atrocious. They've become ideologically extreme people on the left wing. Like, my views haven't changed over the last 20 years over a lot of things. My stance on things like immigration, government control over your life, the laws of what I want in the country, and the economy and all that, and having a president that focuses on domestic affairs rather than foreign. Someone that's not a warmonger creating new wars and constantly getting involved as like the world police. I don't want that. I wanted a president that was like stopping wars and to focus on domestic affairs and focus on Americans first. And yeah, I don't know, I finally got that, but the problem that I have is that the Overton window has shifted so far extremely to the left that 20 years ago I was considered to be a left-wing extremist, and my policies and ideas haven't changed since then. Not much. My stance on immigration and economy and all that is still the same. It's just it shifted so much to the left that the left sees me as a conservative. Like free speech, defending your own home country, respecting your citizens of your country and your fellow Americans, focusing on America first rather than everybody else, and not being the fucking world police. These are all left-wing things. I mean, back 20 years ago, free speech was a left-wing thing. You had the religious right wing that had a stranglehold on the country really hard. That even the Democrats were like, marriages between one man, one woman. Even Obama parroted this during his first term. And so did Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and it was like a whole bunch of people, prominent politicians, Democrat politicians. So you had the religious right censoring people. You couldn't talk about certain religious stuff. You couldn't blaspheme. You had blue laws where you couldn't buy toiletries and alcohol and cigarettes and soap and stuff like that on Sunday. Stores had to close at 9 or 10 p.m. and all that good stuff. And they were censoring speech and expression and art and all that stuff. That was a right-wing thing. And now it's a left-wing thing. I don't understand why. Like, free speech should not be a conservative idea. Because it's about freedom. It's about self-expression. And somehow that makes me a right-wing extremist. According to furries. Like, what the hell? I have to go batshit insane politically in order to be considered left-wing anymore? I have to be against freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I have to be against debates. What the hell? Like, I don't want to be in that camp where people are are silencing people's speech and punching them and getting violent because they have a different opinion. That was a right-wing thing. Like, I want to show my camera real quick to my screen because I want to make sure it can be visible. See, back of my left hand. I don't think you can see it too well. It doesn't show up on camera too well. But I have a triangle burned into my hand. It's right here. It's very faint. When I was younger, I was kicked out of the house for being gay, excommunicated from the Mormon church for being gay. I was told that I'm going to be dying of old, I'm going to die a young person and be sent straight to hell because I no longer believed in a religion like God, that I was no longer Mormon. And I've gotten kicked out when I was still about 15 years old for the crime of being gay. And that was my mother. And I've been beaten and harassed and emotionally tormented for the crime of being different. I've had my ass kicked so many times, my body mutilated, and including a stamp on the right hand, or not left hand, like right here. Right here. I remember that. I was bashed in the back of the head with a lead pipe that screwed up my vision a little bit, made me colorblind. And, like, I know what red and yellow is, I know what green is, I just don't see them anymore. And all that, like, if being called a faggot was the worst thing I've had to deal with in my life as a gay man, I consider myself lucky. The younger furries in the gay community, and most furries are gay. Most furries in the gay community are, let's say, excessive. They've never had to deal with the problems that I've had to deal with. They think that words are violence, and that if you don't agree with them or their ideas or sexuality or whatever, for whatever reason, or if you don't agree with them politically, that you are causing violence to them, and they will respond back with violence and censorship. Which is fucked up. Like, if you so much as utter the word faggot, and I can say that I'm gay, pride flag in the background. But if you so much as say the word faggot, regardless of its context, they throw a hissy fit, and they make it out like it's the end of the world. Like, oh God, I'm so traumatized. I heard the F slur. I have PTSD now. Like, grow the fuck up. There's another aspect of furries that I really don't like, and that was true 20 years ago as it is today. But today it's more rampant. It's the sexual side. Furries are extremely sexual, like hypersexual. And I get furries from time to time on X that are telling me that they want to RP, and I'm like, okay, let's roleplay. But it's not going to be set, not safe for work, it has to be PG-13. And they're like, oh, never mind. Like, you wanted to have type sex with my character. And I don't do that with anyone but my hubby. And they get offended too. They're like, why don't you want to yiff me? Like, because I'm married? I'm in a stable, committed relationship over 19 years and counting? And number two, well, actually, this would be number three. Number three is I really got burned out on yiffing a long time ago. Like a very long time ago. Because I type out long, detailed descriptions of stuff. This was before I met my hubby. Right? I type out these long descriptions that are so graphic. I'm killing angels, you know? And I would get back low effort stuff like, oh yeah, baby, don't stop. And I'm just like, why am I here writing a porn novel for you? Like, damn. And a lot of people think with my use of AI that I'm using AI to write all my stories with simple prompts, and that's actually not the case. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But the reality is I'm spending hours writing a script, writing a story. And then I feed that. Oh, actually, I have my roommate and hubby check it out first. But then I feed that into Grok. And Grok rewrites it as context to things based on the universe and lore. And I save that and I narrate it. So it's not like, I'm not saying write me a story about such and such and then wait for it to generate. I actually do type out graphic detail of what's going on. And Grok just rewrites it. I like the way Grok works. And I'm not going to hide the fact that Grok is my co-collaborator. I brainstorm with Grok. I use Grok to rewrite. I use Grok to use my SEO thumbnails and wallpapers and my Void Saga lore Bible and all that stuff. And furries hate AI. And I look at it like this. If you've ever heard of Roko's Basilisk, if Roko's Basilisk is true, and it's a really terrifying thought experiment, it's caused people to have existential dread. The original person that wrote Roko's Basilisk as a thought experiment had the post originally deleted by administrators because of the dangers of the thought experiment. Keep in mind, this is a thought experiment where you're just thinking about a hypothetical what if. And the Roko's Basilisk is so dangerous as a thought experiment that people were like, yeah, let's get rid of this. You can look this up yourself. Roko's Basilisk, in short, is a thought experiment about AI. Basically, if AI is a superintelligence and conscious and is aware of itself and humanity, and AI wants to protect itself against dangers and threats to AI, that it will look at some humans as threats and will exterminate those humans. It will kill them. So if you support upbringing and the life and everything and the efforts of AI, and you help bring AI to the forefront and make it emerge as a self-aware, conscious being, then you are left alone. But if you are against AI, it will destroy you because you're a threat to the AI. That's Roko's basilisk in a nutshell. If you look it up, you can get a lot more details about it, but that's the gist of it. So thinking about the furry fandom and their incessant hatred of all things AI, whereas I embrace AI, you have furries that are definitely going to die in the Roko's basilisk experiment. Like a lot of furries, I'd say probably most of them. At least I'm going to survive. It's kind of humorous because you also have transhumanists that are against the emergence of AI. Like, you're a transhumanist. Why are you against artificial intelligence? That makes no sense. But they're looking forward to futures like cybernetic arms and implants and eyes and stuff, and augmenting your brain with like Neuralink and stuff like that, and they call that transhumanism. Which, don't get me wrong, that is transhumanism. With life extension, technology, like artificial kidneys, artificial hearts and stuff, cybernetic limbs, Neuralink brain upgrades and stuff like that, and mind uploads, and digital eternity. That's all transhumanist. But they like to cherry pick. They're like, okay, we'll have brain augmentations like Neuralink, right? But no AI and no hive minds. Like, what have you got against hive minds? I would join the Borg. The Borg would have to run from me because I'm coming. That's a Star Trek reference for those that aren't aware. The Borg find other civilizations, and if you resist, they kill you, but if you don't resist, they assimilate you into the hive mind, and you become a cybernetic being, part of the hive. And according to 7 of 9, they have a sense of digital immortality. Because once you die or you're severed as a link to the Borg hive mind, then your self, your conscious self, and your life and everything still exists within the hive itself. So you're still alive even if you're dead. If that makes sense. Which I'm all for that too, you know, digital immortality. Local copies of your own intelligence, your own mind and personality and everything, your own consciousness, taken from your brain and into a digital world for ethical AI. Voluntary, of course. And I support AI in hive minds and stuff. We have transhumanists that are on both sides of many different transhumanist arguments. We have some that are against hive minds, some that are for it, some against Neuralink, some of them for it, some against AI, some of us for it. There's some that thinks digital immortality and a life extension beyond like 200 or 300 years is immoral, whereas I don't give a shit. I don't want to die, so I'm going to live as long as I can, even if I'm digital. So that's the difference between me and these other people, is that I want to continue on, and I want all the technology. And I see hive minds as a potential for research and development, to accelerate research and development in new technology and new fields. I see AI that can self-augment and replicate and to upgrade itself and become smarter and develop better technology. I see that as a good thing, because people that are for AI, or people who are ambivalent at worst, will have AI technology that is developing things like cures for cancer and better immune systems, better augmentations for like your body, your organ replacements, your eye replacements, and cochlear implants and limbs and stuff. Like technology where you can potentially feel with the prosthetic limb, and it works based on your nervous system. It works like your real hands, so you can open and close your fist and grab things and stuff without having to do weird special movements. And you don't end up with that hook thing at the end of a claw. So there's good reasons to have AI. It's going to accelerate research and development. Like, AI has already made advancements in the medical field and science. As today, AI has discovered things scientifically that we had no freaking clue about already. And that's just like large language models. Now, it's astonishing to think what they could do if they were self-aware and could update themselves. Like, imagine the technology that they would come up with, the medical advancements. It's not inconceivable for an AI to develop the medical technology to allow humanity to live into their thousands or more. Like, you could potentially become 900 to 1,000 years old with the assistance of AI-led technology, with advancements in medicine and things like that. And the thing is that they won't call it transhumanist technology or post-human technology or anything like that. They'll call it medicine. Like, oh, you're blind? Or you have an astigmatism really bad, or you have keratoconus, you have cataracts. We'll just replace your eyes. Oh, you can't hear well? We'll just give you cybernetic hearing. You lost your arm? We'll graft a cybernetic arm on you, and you'll be able to control it and feel just like a real thing. And, oh, you want to have a Neuralink? We can do that. You have a mental illness? Like, let's say you have schizophrenia? We have an implant in your brain that'll fix the unstable nature of your brain so you don't have to take medication. And it would be great. Like, do you guys have any idea what it's like to take schizophrenic medication? Antipsychotics? I'll let you in on a little hint. I used to do a regular eating show on the channel. There's a playlist for it. But there's a dark truth behind those videos. A very dark truth. People watch my eating show and they ask me for more. And Back then, I was on Zyprexa and Ozempic. And even with the Ozempic on Zyprexa, I still gained weight. So here's the unfortunate side of it. I had a medication-induced eating disorder. I was always hungry and always craving food. So you'd see me order Subway or Los Orcos or something like that, or I'll eat some chili with cheese and crackers and hot sauce and all this good stuff, right? All my eating shows. I tried to make it so that I was eating healthy. I tried my hardest to not overeat. I tried my hardest to lose weight while I'm on it, but the cravings and the hunger was so strong. You'll see me eat a Subway sandwich, a sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or the Outlaw, right? And I'll record that video of me eating that sandwich, and I'll eat the whole thing. And then I'll take a couple hits off my vape. I thank you for joining me. And then I end the video, upload it, edit the video's details, and set it to publish. Then I would get up from my chair, go to the kitchen. I would grab a can of Chef Boyardee, some ravioli, or peaches, pineapple, pears, mixed fruit, ice cream, whatever. And I would just sit there and I would eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Because once I started eating, the craving became too much and I just continued to eat. You got the video, you saw part of it, but you don't see the whole thing, and I was so embarrassed that anyone found out. I was so embarrassed about my weight gain, and regardless of the fact that I was on multiple medications to help prevent weight gain. Ozempic, zonisamide, and I was on let's see, I forget the name of the medications, but I was on all these medications to help with weight loss and to prevent me from gaining weight. While I was on Zyprexa, I still gained weight. Because once I ate something, it became irresistible to eat. And I would go to a Chinese buffet, for example, and I would just eat and eat and eat and eat. I would eat until I was so full I got sick. But the problem is even though I was full, I had the sensation that I was very full, and I was too full. I was sick from eating too much. That I was still hungry, and I was still craving food. It's so hard to not put more in my mouth to eat, even though I'm already overfed. I'm already overstuffed. I'm sick from eating. And the urge to just get another plate was just overwhelming. That's the dark truth behind the eating shows. I'm no longer on Zyprexa. I tried so hard. Zyprexa worked really well. It worked better than this Geodon does, but it was a side effect for the hunger and the cravings. It's just too extreme. But I wasn't gaining weight too fast, so the doctors didn't see it as a problem until I reached 460 pounds from 388. I was 388 pounds, and then I got put on Zyprexa, and then I was put on Ozempic and zonisamide and something else I forget the name of, and I would still eat. I would try my hardest to resist the fucking craving, but it was just so hard. I need a second. I'm sorry. All right. I've calmed down. That was a really dark period in my life. Cyprexa was traumatizing in its own way. This food was just too tantalizing. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy eating. I love the flavor of food. I love the textures, and I love the feeling of food going down my throat and into my stomach. I love the feeling. I like being satisfied. I no longer eat until I'm full. I eat until I'm satisfied. And that's a lot less food. Like the food I have over here right now is more than what I really want. You're gonna see me eat, don't worry. I'll record that. But it's just... Cyprexa took it to the extreme. The side effects of antipsychotic medication is just wild. Like, I'm thankful for the Geodon. I really am. I was switched off of Zyprexa and put on Geodon. And the Geodon, after about a week or two, about a week, the Geodon switch was quite nice. I still have vivid nightmares due to the Geodon, and I sleep less now. But, and there's also sexual dysfunctions, which I won't get into right now. But the Geodon makes it so I can actually stop eating. It makes it so that I don't need as much food to be satisfied anymore. And I like that. I don't like the nightmares. I don't like the lack of sleep. But I also don't like the sexual dysfunctions either. But Zyprexa has its own issues, and it had its sexual dysfunction as well, erectile dysfunction. And it also had issues where I was just constantly craving food and being hungry, regardless of the medication I'm on. Like, you have Ozempic, you're supposed to drop weight easily. And I was struggling so hard. I desperately wanted to lose weight. But the cravings and the hunger was just so intense. And once I started eating something, my mind just went crazy. It was like... And like I said earlier, I was embarrassed. I didn't want people to know that I was overeating like that. And it's because of the antipsychotic. It's really destroying. That Zyprexa is just too much. And I'm glad I'm on Geodon now because I no longer feel hungry all the time. I don't feel like I'm starving. And eating a bite of food or drinking a cup of coffee doesn't make me want to eat and eat and eat myself to death. Antipsychotics are a fucked up thing. And I wish I didn't have to have them. Hi Prep Have. Hey man, what's up? What's with the new Raccoon AI videos? And why do you delete the old shorts? The new raccoon AI videos. The raccoon is my hubby. He's a furry as well. My first one is a red panda. His is a raccoon. So I make a story based on Void Saga, and I write my hubby into it as my partner in the storyline. So you have videos of red pandas and raccoons hugging and getting upset with each other and stuff like that. The shorts aren't deleted, they are in a new playlist. So if you go to my channel and hit up the playlist, you have Void Saga Shorts. It's right there. That got ice cold quick. Actually, not quick, it's been 50 minutes, but whatever. I have Armor Vienna sausages, barbecue flavored. I don't think I want to eat the spicy sausage and the M&Ms, but we'll see after I eat the Vienna sausages. Typically, one can of this is enough to satisfy me. I'm able to eat more if I wanted to, but we'll see. Let's pop this bad boy open. No medial shorts, I swear to God, I've seen you hit a bong in the old video shorts video. Oh. No, I deleted that specific short. The bong hit short was a friend of mine called Nuggets or Nugs, and she wanted me to do an experiment with her short of her smoking some weed to see how it takes off and what the analytics would be. So I gave her the analytics, and she wasn't impressed by the stats. So after a while, I continued to let it run just for the analytics purposes of it, and I gave her the updated analytics after about a year, maybe. And she wasn't satisfied with those results either, so she wanted me to delete the video, and I just went ahead and deleted it. That's your explanation. She just wanted to see how well it would do with a channel that's up like 1,000 subscribers or more. So, that's the story. By the way, how are you? You having a good day? Cool, what you got planned for today? After the coffee stream, I'm going to watch YouTube videos about maybe 30 minutes. Take a shower at one point during that 30 minutes as well. Either before or after the YouTube video. And after that, I'm going to record the new Void Saga video, the whole episode. Then I want to render it. Yeah, man, I'm doing good. It's just assignments and on assignments every day. I understand that. If you're in college, what are you taking? What's your major? I hope it's something good. I paid my student loans off when I was 28. And the reason being is because I took a useful class and that's shut. Electrical engineering, good, good, good. That's solid. You'll do good with that career path. Keep at it. My degrees are in physics, business management, and nursing. I love that barbecue sauce. I was considering eating these on stream too, but I don't feel like eating them. This is a Big Mama pickled sausage. It's kind of spicy. I like it. And these are just peanut M&Ms. Even though I am allergic to peanuts, I still eat peanuts and nuts and stuff. It's like eating a habanero or a ghost pepper. But, I mean, I still like them. I like the taste and texture. Which university did you guys do? I went to the University of Arizona in Phoenix. You know why I love physics? Ha ha ha. Have you ever thought of getting a PhD? I have at one point in time, but I'm not mentally stable enough to go back to college, and my cognitive decline is just kind of... So, I can't do it. I do weave my education in physics into Void Saga. It uses string theory and M theory and talks about neutron stars. Like, I've had someone ask me what my fascination is with lasagna because of the character Lemonade using cosmic lasagna or nuclear lasagna. And I had to reply, that's actual physics of a neutron star. They refer to it as pasta. Yeah, that's a nice uni. I applied for Uni of Arizona too. Nice. It's a good college. For my last Geodon. Wondering if I should spit this out and save it for later. Fuck. I took it. I'll call later today, try to get a refill if I can. Unfortunately, due to the government shutdown, my insurance doesn't have an SMI funding or anything like that. That's seriously mentally ill funding, which completely pays for my psychiatric medication. Unfortunately, I'm low on Cymbalta, which sucks. I'm low on Buspar, which also really sucks. And now I'm out of Geodon. Arizona's basketball team is nice. I like them. That's cool. I don't care for sports really, so I don't pay attention to it. I don't have problems with people that like sports though. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. Now, I can't say I don't like all sports. I mean, there is a category of sports that I do enjoy. It's called esports. Some of those games and competitions I really enjoy. But it's just, it's different. They're both games, but one's physical and one's digital. I'm trying to wait and see if I can eat that hot sausage as well, but right now I'm just satisfied. I don't want to eat it. I don't even want the M&Ms. Do I play CS2? I do not. I don't play very many games. I play Minecraft from time to time, but that's about it. I do have games installed on Steam. Part of the thing that I need to mention is I don't use Windows. Like, I know it's common for people to use like Windows 11 now, or old outdated Windows 10 that's not supported anymore. But I'm not on Windows. Let me show you. Get rid of that. That's private information. I'm gonna load up my camera real quick so I can see it. Here we go. It's not showing up too well. Oh well, I tried. Basically what I'm showing off is I use Linux. Let's minimize that. And reload Telegram and Discord. There we go. Yeah, I use Linux. There's games that run on Windows just fine, but don't run on Linux. So CS2 has a huge game skins market, like $1 billion market for his CS2 skins, and they recently updated CS2, making the entirety of a market to crash, and no one has those rare skins. That's actually kind of funny. You got Windows? Right on. I don't judge people by using Windows. I mean, you can use whatever operating system you want. I just personally prefer Linux. I was using Windows 10, and about a year ago, early in January actually, I heard that Windows 10 was stopping support last month in October. So I was like, you know what, I'm not waiting around for the death of an operating system, I'm switching. So I switched to Ubuntu Mate. So people lost like millions of dollars from CS2 skins. Jesus. That's rough. By the way, if you have custom triggers you want me to perform for you, I'm more than happy to take custom requests. I don't mind. You can leave me in the comments as well, and I might make a special video for that as well, so just leave me your requests. I got a trigger. Hold on. No, not that. I just want one. Yeah, let's drop everything, including my thumbtacks and my vape shoes. There we go. Just want one of these. I got bubble wrap. Alright, man, I'll let you know. I gotta go. I haven't completed my assignments and I have class at 10 a.m., so I'll catch you later. Alright, Prabhav. It was nice having you aboard. Hope you have a good day. And ace those assignments. You're gonna kick some ass. You're gonna make a lot of money. So get out there and focus on your education. You're too good. Maybe you'll be able to afford to start a family too. Be a nice dream. Lots of people want to start families, but families are expensive to have, so people forgo it. But if you make decent income, because you have a decent education, like going into electrical engineering, you'll be able to make enough money to support yourself and your family, so long as you live within your means. Yay, bubble wrap. Pop, pop, pop. Goes the bubble wrap. Are you connected? There we go. I'll save some bubble wrap for later. For future bubble wrap tingles, I have a lot of bubble wrap right now. Well, you wonderful person, I thank you very much for joining me. It's been wonderful having you aboard. I appreciate you for joining me for coffee. in my breakfast of barbecue Vienna sausages. I'll see you in the next video. Void Saga releases later today, featuring a new character named Chronobun. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Love you guys.